When you walk into a coffee shop, would you be able to find one that is really offering healthy food or merely safe to eat? And that's because we also like to eat what we like and not what we need. So when you go to Hong Kong, you can see all this. It's very difficult to say, I don't want to eat any of this. Singapore, the same. And Malaysia, the same. With so many food, probably we will eat most of it. And that leads to many times the cooking is using this wok and fried stuff and drinks that we shouldn't be drinking. So when we look at food, of course, it looks nice, as you can see, but what we want is nutrients. And unfortunately, because of pollution, because of ground pollution, it is not easy to really find healthy food. So while these pictures shows a clean and beautiful, but the nutrients found may be too low. When we look at multivitamins, we would say which is the best multivitamin of them all. But who actually started this multivitamin craze? Well, it was started by the pharma and the doctors. You see, this is back in 2002. The Journal of American Medical Association says we recommend that all adults take a multivitamin daily. And so since then to now, many people, I believe, have been taking that. Did the people get healthier? And why not? So today, fast forward, we experienced COVID. And from there, most of us have been vaccinated. And so our cells have been exposed to vaccine component, leading to temporary or lasting immune changes. What does it do to our genes? Genes are our software, stem cells are the hardware, and if the software is corrupted, DNA damages, and when the hardware is worn out, aging stem cells begin. And so both of these need to work together because we need to regenerate and heal our own, right? So when we look at mRNA, and that was what was used in the COVID, is a synthetic mRNA, messenger ribonucleic acid. They act as a blueprint to make anything from there, just as when we were born, we took 9 months to build our body parts. So these are the DNA saying, this is what we want to make. The cell creates an mRNA copy of that gene, and then they assemble that CQ10 enzyme. And so mRNA is a messenger from DNA to make proteins. So during COVID, synthetic mRNA was used to instruct the cells to produce harmless protein designed to kill virus. So today, with the success of that, this is what we call the third generation cell-targeted therapy. And this has received the 2023 Nobel Prize that the vaccine instructs human cells to produce viral protein. Now, all of us do not look alike. And so is there any chance that synthetic vaccine may produce some side effects? Possible? That is for you to judge. So here's 2024 come microRNA, another new, very exciting by two from Harvard, MIT, both of them 30 years ago discovered microRNA. But it is only recently that they received the Nobel Prize, and that it is about regulating gene expression. So when we look at mRNA, you can see the nanoparticle size is between 60 to 100, easily able to go through the channels in our cell so that it can get to where it needs to go to kill the virus. Because our layering of our membrane of a cell is typically, we have lipid, water, lipid, water, lipid. And so the channel, as you can see from the picture, is how they navigate to get in. So when we look at microRNA, the size is even smaller, about 222 in size. So the micro mRNA is about 60 to 100. MicroRNA is even smaller. So microRNA does not make proteins. Well, it acts as a gene regulator. They are a control, a switch. Okay. So very important, because when you look at cell growth, inflammation, repair, cancer, all this has to do with microRNA. And when we have aches and pain and all that, microRNA signaling may not be working properly. So today it is a research, even at NTU Singapore, in June the 5th, 2025, talking about gene regulation, small but mighty. So when we look at microRNA and mRNA, mRNA, if you look at the last line, is a blueprint for building, while microRNA is a dimmer switch controlling brightness. And so one is a software, the other is a hardware. So when we look at cause of disease, you can see if a person have joint issue, they see a doctor and take some medication. For diabetes, another doctor. For cardio, another doctor. Cannot sleep, another doctor. So we end up having so many pills, right, as they age. Who can say what we should take, what we shouldn't take? And so when we look at the top 5 problems, cause of death, cancer being number 1, heart disease number 2, pneumonia number 3, stroke number 4, hypertension number 5. These are the top 5 killer in Singapore, and diabetes, heart attack, cancer, stroke make up the majority. So we all live once. We certainly don't want to end up on the left where we suffer. We can be sane, but we can't go anywhere. We are paralyzed, and that's not really what we want to have, right? So I'd rather have the picture on the left, on the right, I mean, even with a little tummy, it's still okay, because we can still are able to move around and we can still enjoy the things of the world. And so the doctor of the future will give no medicine, but will interest his patient in the care of human frame, in diet, and in the cause of prevention of disease. So this company called Futurevita, why are we looking into this company? They are one of the forefront in technology, in life science, and let's dive into it. And everything else, safety is at the center of everyone's concern. The company is a Singapore company headquartered in Buko Midtown in Bugis. They are licensed. They have import license to bring into to Singapore. They have done SGS. This is a voluntary to prove that every ingredient inside is safe to take. So you can see the ACRA. You can see the document from SGS. This is a vegetarian, halal as well for the Muslim community. They are also registered with the FDA since 2020. And for the last 5 years, they have not sold anything until now. July 2nd, 2025, they started to the world. So we have halal also from Switzerland, certification, no herbicide, no pesticide in the supply chain. We have HSA acknowledgement. We have kosher for the Christians. We have also Canada for halal. And so is all the other certificates that are very relevant to ensure this is a safe company. And this year, they just won the award, Global Titan Health Product. Now, the product development team is headed by the one on the right, Dr. Professor Satya Prakash. He is together with one of the Nobel laureates, George Smoot, the one on the left, and also many other scientists and billion-dollar companies that has come together and work along to develop these products. Very exciting. So Dr. Prakash is from Canada. He is also the director of the Artificial Cell and Organ Research Center of Canada. They have their own research lab, R&D, and in Montreal. And so you can see his accolades, 75 patents, more than 30 awards globally, and done more than 190 peer-reviewed articles. Now, who is Futurevita and why they are very innovative? Well, first, it's time that they now begin to showcase what they have, their capability. So the first, innovate phytotechnologies. It is located in Canada, a 10,000 square feet facility. It's a team of PhDs level experts that run this facility. They are not only GMP, they are also CMC certified. So chemistry, manufacturing, and when we talk about the product itself, it's not just GMP, because just like any other manufacturing, when you produce a certain product and it is not up to standard, GMP simply means they consistently produce that product. But when you put CMC into the picture, it is a whole new horizon, because now we are talking about what are these experts coming together producing products that is meant to do and meant to make an impact on our health. And so on the right, you can see they are managed by an experienced team. They do not need an outsource to handle all their formulation. They have their own proprietary, their own patents, and the capability in discovering not only production, in innovating new technologies. So here in Canada, this is considered one of the top Canadian Innovate Lab in Canada. And together with it, you can see they possess a lot of sophisticated technologies that is inside here to verify, to validate, to produce new technologies for what they produce in their supplements. So here you can see the analytical capabilities, whether it is for their encapsulation technology, delivery system, the formulary lab. And so to give you an example, this is a dual encapsulation. We know that when people take supplements, it is not easy to deliver to the gut, especially when we talk about probiotics. And so here, we're not talking about delivering 10 billion units. We're talking something like about 250 billion units. And you can see how can you deliver 97, 98% success into our gut. Our gut represents 70% of our immunity. And so with this today, you can see that this is not an ordinary company, because they do have their own technology to deliver it safely. So even precision. And now you can see even the capsule, the size do matter. So when we talk about anti-aging, gut and liver health, you can see they work with many famous universities like British Columbia, McGill University in Montreal, UCLA, New York, Cold Spring Harbor National Institute. And this is to talk about the level of technology and the ability to do testing, developing of new technology, analytics, extraction, formulary, and efficacy. And especially when we are doing clinical trials on using supplement and to the level of pharma standard. And so here also shows you they have more than 10 different types of licenses that makes it one of the top R&D facility throughout Canada. The ability to do human clinical trials that will meet regulatory approvals. And here to announce the Canadian Innovate Phytotechnologies. They have established a deep strategic collaboration to be able to produce products that eventually have patents, clinical trials, at pharmaceutical grade. And so this is an excellent for collaborating, attracting researchers from all over the world, Nobel laureates, multi-billion-dollar companies to collaborate to develop things that aren't seen yet in the market and perhaps world first. So let me give you an example of world first. On the right, you see the red box. It says monoluventa, new U.S. palm extract. So what is this? It is the world first clinical proven plant ingredient to reduce epigenetics age. So in short, this is focusing on liver, and we are talking about liver stem cell, the ability to repair and regenerate our stem cells for the liver. And so there are other patents, as you can see on the left, rice bran alkanols from Japan, silibene from silimarin, and you can see all the other ingredients that are ancient but very important as part of the synergy to develop this product. And this is called liver cell vitality. The second product that the company produces, it is what we call the fourth generation. Many of the products that we are seen selling in the market are merely clearing the highway. This is not just about clearing highway, but clearly to cell repair and to support cell regeneration of the cells, including stem cells. So here on the left, you can see all the different PhDs, doctors, researchers that have come together to lend their talents in developing a world first in liver cell. So people suffering from liver fat, people suffering from kidney problems, people suffering from uric acid, these are the people that will be helped. And so we are now at the level where research is really at the highest. So you can actually use technologies like chromatography to analyze the components. How does all these individual ingredients come together to be able to ensure that they are compatible with one another? We can also look into the individual ingredients, purity. We can look into their calibration when all these ingredients come together. And so the essence of R&D partnership in analytics, in technology, at formulating these products and how to deliver targeted to the cell that it needs to enter. And so with the emerging trends and innovation and to the delivery formats to health areas like plant-based, clean label effectiveness, ultimately is about creating an environment that is based on science-backed ingredients, transparency, and customer trust. And so with this R&D partnership today, we are talking about cell-targeted therapy, talking about superior absorption. We always hear people say, hey, my product have got these so many milligrams and yours is lesser than mine, so mine is better than yours. Have you heard that before? That is not the way how we measure, because there are so many parameters to look at, like what kind of technology, what kind of absorption, how do you ensure that the nutrients can enter the cell without being destroyed, and what kind of efficacy it does when entering the cell, and then what enters into the cell, are they able to actually come out of the cell? These are the questions and the things that we should look at. And also, when someone have done this for 100 days, what will happen to the stem cell, your genes, your DNA? Are they able to rejuvenate, cell repair? And what about your skin, your organs, your metabolic acceleration, killing bacteria, viruses, cell repair and rejuvenate? These are the area that this company is focusing into. So let me share with you another product, which is the day and the night. You can see the light itself. So we have one day, one night. And so you can see the ingredients. For the longest time, we always hear people say, you can take this supplement in the day and in the night. It's the same. But what I want to show you here is the ingredients found in the daytime and the ingredients found in the nighttime are not the same. Why? Well, in 2017, we had 3 gentlemen receive the Nobel Prize, Michael, Jeffrey, and Michael Young. And they discovered that the body has an internal clock. And every other hour, the work that goes into the body, 24 hours a day, are not the same. Give you an example. 6:30 in the morning, it's possible your highest blood pressure level. At 6:30 in the evening, you may also experience high blood pressure level. Now, let me take you into a bit more in-depth. So when you look at this, it is 24 hours, and you can see every red arrow pointing to different times are all doing different things. And if this is true, then what we take in the day and what we take in the night are not the same. So let me walk you through onto this, and then perhaps we get to learn something that for many years we were never told. So George Smoot is the 2006 Nobel Prize for the discovery of Big Bang. Stephen Hawking called him the discovery of the century and how the universe is created. So now, when we look at this, how it affects our 24-hour activity. So let's begin by looking at these 2 products. Both are made in Canada, one for the day, one for the night. So let's start with this red box. So when you look at 7 a.m., 8, 9, 10, that's the time your body produces energy. And so if we are able to go in without any what we call stimulant and no caffeine, then we can raise energy from your cell. Yes, we call this NAD. And so this is a dual patent formula. In 3 minutes into your blood, 15 minutes improve your metabolic, 30 minutes start producing energy. So you can take this product and talk to the person who invited you to try and see whether by taking this 2 capsules anytime in the daytime and see in 30 minutes to an hour whether your energy level is sustaining or you're becoming too tired because too much toxins are coming out, then you get to learn. Now, when we talk about energy, you can see people turn to Red Bull, Monster, coffee, caffeine, and all these are giving us short-term boost. Well, it is so, they strain when it is overused, right? And so other equipments came into play. We call this modern healing, ancient energy. But this equipment, how many of you can carry everywhere you go? You can't. So only the wearables and perhaps the crystal are some of those that we can carry with us. And so at this time, between 7, 8, 9, 10, your body actually produces energy. We call cellular energy. So I'd like to introduce our first collaborator, Li Ka-shing, the richest man in Hong Kong. His company supplies this Futurevita with NMN. This NMN comes from celery, vegetable, and you can see it's been very popular. Many celebrities and athletes would drink this celery drink to get the NAD boost by as high as 500%. This, you can probably recognize some of these superstars. And so the second ingredient that is into there is called PQQ. PQQ is a quinone, a fat, and it is meant to help you build new cells. we call longevity nutrient and mitochondria. It is 5,000 times more powerful than vitamin C. It helps your cells build new cells, isn't it? And so prevention of Alzheimer, Parkinson, dementia now has hope. And so they have patents around the world from Japan. And so Parkinson, Alzheimer may be of help. So you can see PQQ, people are taking them. So which brings us to the energy cycle. How does our body produces energy? So here we call NAD+, nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. So when you have NMN, PQQ, CoQ10 combined produces an energy called ATP, adenosine triphosphate. So when you have that, you can now produce energy within your cell without caffeine, without stimulant. And so by doing that, your body start to gain back the energy needed. Just like when people exercise, you can generate energy. And so recovery of any illness begin when your body have energy. And so with these three ingredients, we now go into the next item at 1 p.m., stem cell activation. So many of us don't even know that your own stem cell are activated at 1 p.m. So after you have gained energy, and now is to awaken your own stem cell. And so with that part to help, we have Swiss Apple Stem Cell. This company from Switzerland is behind all these billion-dollar brands. You can see why are they here. They are already multi-billion-dollar company. And so you can see they have the ability to repair and regenerate stem cells. But for many years, they have been working on skin. And so you can see from here, the aging skin, initially for young people, you can see 14, 21, 28 days, you can actually raise all this up. And so for adults, we no longer can make new cell growth. But after taking Swiss apple stem cell, we can now have this ability to repair. You can see from this picture very evidently, right? See that? Okay, so 14, 21, 28 days. Now, this is related to skin. So you can see on the right side that in 2 months, you can almost repair 90% of your skin. And so you have people like Michelle taking this product, and you can see another important word, stem cell function. So it is the reason why people can live long, but also why people are experiencing Parkinson, dementia, because stem cells are not functioning as much as they are. So take a look at this right side. When you look at someone at the age of 40, they have only 50% left in functioning stem cell. So what happened to the rest? Sleeping, we call dormant cells. And so when you hit 60, 70 years old, you're down with 10 to 15%. At 80 years old, you're less than 5%. So no wonder it is not surprising to see many people suffering from dementia. They can't walk straight, the cognitive, coordination is not good. Memory start to fail, many things, including diseases. But thanks to this knowledge of understanding that if we can restore our micro RNA signaling, see that in yellow, your autophagy comes from the 2016 Nobel Prize. When we fasting, we can actually take out all the bad cells or eat up all the bad cells and take it out. And so you can actually revive your dormant cell, become the cell again. Now here, we are talking about the next set of hours from 3 p.m., 4, 5, 6, 7. So in these 5 hours, what is senolytic activities? Your blood is at the thickest. And so what if we have a way, by taking an ingredient called quercetin, we can clear these dead cells, these senescent cells, zombie cells, damaged cells out of your body. But somebody teach us 3 p.m. is high tea. We start taking cakes. We started taking things that we shouldn't, contributing to even your blood being even more thicker. And then we come 7 p.m. You see the word AMPK? Okay, so what is that? It is a master switch that will help your body to burn, especially fats. So this is the time. But at the same time, this is also the time where people have high blood, high sugar, high cholesterol. But if you are able to activate AMPK, adenosine monophosphate protein kinase, this is an activity to burn fat. So while all our dead cells and all that for the last 5 hours leading to 7 p.m., this activity is important. It is part of your body healing and preparing to rest in the night. And so you can see at 9 p.m., 10 p.m., 11 p.m., your gut health, your mind, your autophagy, that is the time that is important, because all this bad stuff will end up there. And so if we have the ability to remove these senescent cells, these dead cells, damaged cells, zombie cells out of your body, then your circulatory system becomes better, and the ability to burn fat becomes better. That means your visceral fat, your brown adipose. And so how can we be sure that everything that I just said, even though with clinical documents, that it can happen to you? Well, I want to introduce you One Doc. One Doc is a medical clinic headed by Dr. Lam Pin Min, former senior minister of state in the Ministry of Health and Transport. And this is a NUS project. And so by taking this 100 days, the objective is that in your first 14 days, we can raise your NAD, your energy level. We can raise your mitochondria energy. We can have better sleep and lesser hours, yet better sleep, and clearing out all those bad stuff that damage your body. We call senescent cells. In the next 15 to 30 days, your collagen production begin to rise, reduction of your inflammatory cytokines, your insulin become better, and then your skin tone, your joint discomfort, and your glucose regulation improve. And then 31 to 60 days, VO2 max means your muscles also start to increase. Your energy optimized. Your cognitive processing also increases. Your management of stress become better. And so when all this are happening, at the end, when it comes to 60 to 100 days, your telomere, your ability to lengthen your life, your quality of your life becomes better. So what happens? We become healthier, right? And so it is important, because when you look at the next 30 days to 100 days, we are talking about your sirtuin, and when we talk about this is your cell repair system in your body. And so when you have that, you're able to now handle your longevity protein, help to maintain telomere stability, and reduce sedative stress. So how do we prove it? Well, you simply go and do a blood test, just like everywhere, any clinic. But this specific clinic, one doc, can help you provide blood data, including your bio age, against a biological age and chronological age. Okay? So it's not just how you feel. And now today we are going into evidence based on you and not somebody else. And so all this data goes into your handphone and you can track your improvement digitally as what you see on your handphone. And so these are managed by medical doctors in Singapore, and we hope soon we can offer this internationally. So it is very exciting at the time we are. So we just take your blood, as you can see here.
Imagine if a simple blood test.
We can able to do that. Now, if you want to measure specifically liver, we have a higher grade global DNA methylation test. This has won many awards. We work with the Scientist of the Year in Taiwan, and all these hospitals are already using them, and you can measure your DNA age, your epigenetics, gene activation, and we can now understand by taking this, we can even know before someone had liver cancer, you can already now check 1 year before it happened. So in the market, these tests are probably the highest standard in the world. And look at even CT scan, they are only accurate to 56%. As to methylation tests, 90%. And so, my friends, for many years, we started young, eating all kinds of food, preservatives, toxins. We encounter radiation, stress, and then it came to a point like a barrel, the toxins are overflowing. And so that's the reason why we need the cell repair for the night. And all these are done in the night while we sleep or going to sleep. And so in our digestion system, we eaten things that like medication, things like infection, GMO food. We have pesticides, chemicals in them, lead, mercury, heavy metals. All these need to get out. So when we talk about this 2016 autophagy by Dr. Utsumi, we know that when you go for fasting, your cell can eat your own for energy and clearing out all the bad stuff. But to what level can you actually remove these toxins? Well, another person called Elon Musk, his company is called Stand Youth, and he improvised even further, because when we talk about the 2016 Nobel Prize, that is autophagy. But what Elon Musk company introduced is mitophagy. So what is that? Well, take a look at this tank. When you want to clean the tank, you take away the fish and you clean the tank. So cleaning the tank, getting the water clean is like autophagy. But when you talk about mitophagy, it's cleaning the fish. But each time we clean the tank, do you really clean the fish? No, right? You take away the fish, you clean the tank, and when you put back with new water, you put back the fish. So the fish never got clean. And so we humans have cells called mitochondria. It is where you produce energy. And so if you don't feed the mitochondria, you are not able to produce energy. So these products that is in Futurevita goes to the mitochondria, clean up like you clean a fish, and make it clean so that you can produce energy. That is your powerhouse. So you want a pink color gills, not a brownish gills, which is stale. And so if you do that 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, and so on, over time, your gut will become healthy, right? And so if you can practice mitophagy, your red blood, your white blood, your platelets become healthy. And so that's what Elon Musk company bring to the table. So you can see we are bringing billionaires, billion-dollar companies that come to collaborate to produce this. So now we even have studies that you can increase 2 to 3 times your T cell and 45% increase in natural killer cell, NK cell. So when you can do that, all within the 2 capsules we take in the night, that is powerful. And so what about other things like nerve repair, your memory, your nerve, your emotion, lost cells, nerve being repaired. So when all these start to get better, you truly are in the state of cell repair and cell regeneration. So now when we add all the other ingredients, how to make your fish, which is your cell here, become healthy? Well, we have brought you 2 multi-billion, first NMN through Li Ka-shing, Eurolithin through Elon Musk, a trillionaire, and PQQ from Japan. So when you combine these 3, your cell will become healthier. And so now, day and night, you can see the function are not the same. And so how can we be eating supplements that is in the morning and same one in the night? And who has been teaching us all these things? And thanks to the Nobel Prize in 2017, we now realize that they are not the same. And for you and me, it's time to change that way to this. And so with the 7 p.m., remember the 3 high? So let me introduce you Dr. Sean Wells. He developed the product called Glucosober, targeting hypertension, blood sugar, cholesterol. And these 3 activities are best worked in the night, 7 p.m. onwards. And here are some of the test results, clinical results of reducing visceral fat, insulin improvement, and hyperglycemic, and removing fats in your arteries. And so here is to show you an example of what the product was tested for. The coronary artery on the left is full of fat. Can you see that? And on the right, you can see it's been cleared. The fats are being dissolved and the fats are being removed. Wow, this is a breakthrough. So whether it will happen to you and me is yet to be known, but look at the studies. Clinical studies are very, very encouraging. And so with that, my friend, we come to the night when we sleep, and then somebody introduces supper. So that wasn't the time. So my recommendation is don't take anything. That's the time for us to rest. So at 2 a.m., our DNA begin to repair so that you can sleep all till morning. You don't want to wake up every other hour to go toilet, and inflammation reduced. And so to do that, we know that we need to take care of our gastrointestinal tract. That's our second brain. And so we have Professor William introducing us an ingredient called AKK. It is a longevity bacteria. It improves your metabolic health, stronger gut barrier, reduce inflammation, and longer lifespan. So they have done more than 600 peer-reviewed studies since 2004. So everything that you notice that I am sharing has clinical studies, and they are proven. Scientists and companies with a long history that works. And so now it is a very exciting time adding on Elon Musk company Urolithin. You can see your gut health is also further improved in the night. And this is a published document on the American Journal of Gastroenterology, highlighting the importance of urolithin A compound can significantly improve liver fibrosis, hypertension, intestinal barrier, and promote healthier internal environment. So this is very, very encouraging. So now, to complete the last two components is your glutathione, your master immunity. Ergothioneine helps to raise 29 times more powerful for DNA protection and reducing inflammation. So when we can do that, we are now ready for the next day. So with this volcanic ash, another probiotic called BC99, this can stay in your gut, delivered there, 97.5% delivery to your gut. And most probiotics never had a chance to actually get there. And so we can do that. Our gut health become healthier. Healthier gut means better sleep. And so with another ingredient called GABA, we are now able to have a deep sleep. And this, my friend, has bring us to the point that we support your body's activity to self-heal. That's the ultimate goal. By rebalancing your microRNA, your mitochondria, your cell, clean, and activating stem cell repair. So remember, this product doesn't do cell repair directly, but it supports the activity leading to cell repair and cell regeneration. So now, it's really about your genes, your DNA, your stem cells. So if these can get better, wouldn't it be interesting by simply taking 2 in the morning, 2 in the evening capsules, and in 100 days, go and do your blood biomarker test. And so with this, all people, literally adults, can of all kinds of issues can benefit from this taking of the product. So whether it is for beauty, for diet, for sleep, for fatigue, for drinking, for mental, for weight loss, for menopause, for high risks like cancer prevention, mental disorder, irregular menstruation, libido, this product has been amazing. So after taking this for 1 year, most likely, if you can get your 98% of your body become healthy, wow, isn't it? So let's take a look at some of the testimonials with medical records to prove that these people have benefited. Remember, the product never say it can fix gout, but gout people improve. We never say it can fix thyroid, but thyroid people has found improvement. So is circulation, micro circulation. By taking every month a photo on the mirror, you can see the improvement. Hair, blood sugar, this is breast cancer reduction. We have lupus improved tremendously. Lupus, high blood to normalize, Alzheimer, depression, and in this particular photo, left and right, in 13 days, the wife gave testimony that even after 13 days, for many years, they have not done anything in bed, but suddenly he started to invite her to bed. So, some improving leukemia, You can see the blood become normal in 1 month. This is extraordinary. Oh, and please understand these are testimonials with medical record of what has happened to them. It is not the product talking about claims, treatment, but the testimonial coming from users and giving their medical record of what happened to them. And so even for kidney inflammation, stage 4, they have improved after taking 2 months. And so weight even lost 3 kilo. And so when we look at the theory, germ theory is where medical doctors are in antibiotics, antiviral, vaccine. A typical nutrition company would provide nutrition of what is missing, detox and balance, whereas Futurevita focuses on micro RNA nutrition support, mitochondria energy, cell repair, cell regeneration. So when we look at this as a whole, why cell damage and chronic diseases? Many times is hormone, infection, inflammation, gene, fat, free radical, immune. Now all this product may be able to help support this, but one thing we can't support is your own mouth, your lifestyle. Your mouth, or what you eat and what you put into your body is important. And so Futurevita is about grounded in Nobel research, nanotechnology, and lastly, it says here by Alexis Carrel, if the doctor of today does not become the dietitian of tomorrow, the dietitian of today will become the doctor of tomorrow. And so this is our Singapore headquarters